here you can see you can basically start with choosing the type of the recruitment you want to use for your participants. What we are using mostly is in-app right now. So here you can choose segments, right, of your users. What you can also do is you can add a screener, right? So here, for example, you can put a question like, for us, for example, it's important what verticals, because we're like a horizontal platform, right? We're serving a wide range of use cases in verticals and industries. So for us, it's an important question, right? So what vertical you know, what vertical is you're from? I don't know, something like that. Then you put manufacturing, energy, maybe, you know, stuff like that. And then here you can then choose then if they're from manufacturing. We don't want to talk to them, but if they're from energy, maybe we want, you know, stuff like that. You can put an incentive. We don't use it, honestly. We didn't have a need so far. Yeah, so the next thing is when do you want to trigger them, right? So in our case, what we typically do, we choose basically to trigger it on a specific page, right? So when users are, for example, here and creating the cluster, right? So that's as we were launching this plan, this was basically very crucial for us to record the customers there. So you can basically put a pass, right? So you can take that pass here, and for example, say that it needs to be from that specific path. And this, I think, is like a really killer feature of Orbital. Honestly, like it's basically you decide how many interviews you want, right? And then you just let Orbital just schedule that for you, right? And so you get exactly as much as you want, right? And the way you can have is like you can say, I want to have, for example, if you're kind of doing like a certain researching a certain topic, right? You can say, you know, like 10 interviews would be enough for me, right? And then just that's your discovery. Or if it's more like a continuous discovery effort, right? So you say, you know what, I want to have 3 interviews per week. All right, and then Orbital kind of does its magic to make that happen. I can put the interviews. So in this case, myself. I also have Maggie and Eric here, my product manager and product designer, who are using this tool currently in our cloud product. Then we have, yeah, the configuration of the event itself, right? So the event title, right? How long it takes, the title I give it. So the description, that's basically everything that you will see then in your calendar, the location, and then here is basically this is my personal availability, right? That I kind of the time windows that I put. I can change it also in the settings for myself. Of course, the calendar integration makes sure that there are no conflicts and properly kind of manages the time. You can also add a buffer before and after, and this after buffer is also something that is really cool actually, because one of our experiences was that, you know, like you do the interviews, but then you have like calls back to back, and you have like zero time to actually process the call that you just had and kind of tag the notes and kind of get distill the insights and opportunities out of that you have discovered, and then you come back to that maybe like 1 week later, and you have already forgot part of that. So it's too late. So what I actually ask my team to do is that they always block time after the interview to actually process the interview immediately after. And this is, of course, really cool to help with that scheduling. Yeah, so and this is also interesting, like how far into the future do you want the interviews to be scheduled? So we figured that this actually is quite helpful to actually shrink this time window, so to the next, let's say, 3-5 days, because the further you allow the interviews to be scheduled, the higher the likelihood that they don't show up, right? And I mentioned that the show up was basically one of the challenges that we were struggling with. Yeah, this is the configuration of the in-app prompts. So here Orbital also offers a lot of customization, let's put it this way, right? I can choose the different templates. For example, I can add an interviewer myself. I can add a picture, you know, and yeah, talk a bit more about myself. and then also like the post screener, the headline, thank you for sharing it. So yeah, then I just give it a name, and I'm done. All right. So this is how you configure a discovery. This is then how it looks like, right? So here is basically a pop-up, a live pop-up that we have is scheduling a call with Maggie. I can choose a time, in the next, day. I put the email, I put the name, and when I confirm, Maggie gets basically an invitation in the calendar. So very straightforward and easy. This really changed our ability to talk to users, honestly.